Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth. And we were just waking up for the morning. There's a gem embedded in my chest. The horologium. It glows faintly, like a heartbeat. This gem was placed inside me 2 years ago. But why? When? For what reasons? The gem was placed inside me 2 years ago. When? 2 years ago. I have no memory of anything from before I woke back then. I don't understand it. But there's one thing I know for certain. The poison coursing through my body is being created by this gem. The poison that melts anything I touch. In my hatred for this gem, the source of the poison, I have tried many times to remove it or break it. But every time it causes me immense pain, or it caused me immense pain. Whatever it is, it's now part of my body and I cannot function without it. And so the gem stays there, the quiet beauty, but still hideous. Above all, I can't help but see its glow as proof that I am a monster. Alright, shall we begin? At Victor's prompting, I gently touch a piece of metal placed on the desk. The poison from my body begins to eat away at the metal, causing it to smoke. We had already repeated this experiment several times with different objects. This too, very interesting. On the first morning after arriving in St. Germain's mansion, Victor said that he wanted to examine me before breakfast. Victor and I are in his room. Lupin is there too. They're trying to examine my poison. Are you learning anything from this, Victor? Yes, this metal is called titanium. The alchemists of the Royal Society have refined it to a highly purified state. Titanium, a metal that is highly resistant to corrosion. In this alternate history, the Royal Society was the first to successfully refine it. Royal Society, the largest scientific academy in the entire world. The members of the society conduct research into all sorts of subjects. Victor was once a member. Alchemist, a practitioner of alchemy. High-ranking alchemists are said to have an affinity to supernatural thoughts. It's an amazing metal, stronger than steel, and as resistant to corrosion as gold. Even so, can you explain that more simply? What he's saying is that there's nothing your poison can't melt, am I right? Yes. From my examinations, it seems that the horologium in your chest is the origin of a powerfully acidic substance. It likely has to do with the fact that the horologium is a pure crystal containing a vast amount of energy. Pure crystal, a flawless crystal in which a single element is arranged in a specific pattern. It is impossible for such a crystal to exist naturally. The horologium is considered a pure crystal. I like that they have a glossary, because most games will say things like a pure crystal or blah blah, or throw terms at you and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, this one tells you, like, Saint Germain is a person. Oh, no way! But I like that they do things when they're throwing in terms. They're like, let me tell you about Steel London. You're like, it's London, but it's made of steel. But they give you a little background. It's nice. I like it. It does slightly take you out of the immersion, but then again, me talking randomly does that too, so I began with a simple test. The poison is present in your blood and in your skin. The silver lining is that your hair is safe to touch. Victor's smile is somewhat grim, since some of his equipment was destroyed in the test while trying to examine me. Can the poison be contained? That is yet to be determined. But don't be sad, Spacey. We don't have a cure yet, but we do have clues. Clues? If it is capable of melting titanium, it would seem that the poison is impossible to contain. Victor stops and smiles. And yet, your clothes haven't melted. Only after he points it out do I realize it. He's right. My clothing is able to contain the poison. That's why I've had to wear these clothes all this time. God, need a new wardrobe. Did you have several outfits like this in the mansion where you were living? I nod. The material doesn't appear to be all that special. That means that the fabric must have been soaked in some neutralizing agent that counteracts the poison in your skin. I see. Victor, I'd like to ask you for a favor. If you can figure out how it works, would you be able to make her new clothing? Why do I need new clothes? You stand out too much right now. We need to be as cautious as possible. Besides, those don't look very comfortable. Well, I can't say for sure, but I don't think that it's impossible to make new clothing for her. Spacey, there's one thing that the poison is incapable of melting. What's that? Your own body. You can touch yourself without harm, right? If you couldn't, you wouldn't even be alive. When you put it that way, you're right. Your body creates the poison, but it must create some kind of antibody that prevents you from melting yourself. This is only conjecture, but the agent in your clothing is likely based on that antibody. That leads me to believe that analyzing your blood will lead to an insight as to how your anti-poison mechanism works. But how can you do that? Because your things will... Oh, it's weird. It's probably going to take a lot of work to unravel this mystery, but it's all right. We'll make it happen. We're counting on you, Victor. Thank you. I'm sorry to cause so much trouble. It's no trouble. There's no need for apologies or for thanks. These are the terms for my staying here in this mansion. There is one more thing that I'd like to ask you. What is it? I'll do anything I can to help. I'd like a pillowcase that doesn't melt. Was there a problem last night? If I turn and put my face on the pillow, the bed might melt. I have to constantly stay on my back. I'm so nervous, it's hard to sleep. I can see why that would be tough. All right, it may take some time, but you can leave it to me. Sorry to keep adding things, but can you do something about eating utensils? She shouldn't have to use something different. Lupin, none of that bothers me, but his consideration for my feelings makes me happy. I see. Once we have an anti-poison fluid, we can use that as a varnish, and... Right, I'll look into that as well. Thank you, Victor. Victor smiles and nods in response. By the way, Victor starts to say something, then falls silent in thought. What is it, Victor? No, it's nothing. Victor smiles weakly. He's clearly biting back something that he has to say. That's what I assume is happening. I'm curious about it, but the topic of conversation changes to something else. I never did find out what he was about to say just then. Lord, bless this meal which we are about to receive. Please forgive us as this meal is consumed for a sinner's body and mind. Oh, dear God. Does he open his eyes, or is he always squinty like that? It's freaking me out a little bit. No, he seems to always be squinty. Like, dude, open your eye. He walks through. He's like, I'm blind. Maybe he's blind. We'll just say he's blind. All right, everyone, let's eat. After Saint Germain's prayer, we began breakfast. Lupin, Impey, Victor, Saint Germain, Cece, and me. A 5-person, 1-dog meal. I stare at the scene, slightly shocked. What's the matter? Not hungry? This is Impey's special breakfast. It's super tasty. Just as Impey says, our meal is a special sandwich he prepared himself. Impey thought this up in consideration of my state. Oh, Impey thought this up too, in consideration of my state, until Victor was able, there's a comma missing there, to create special eating utensils for me. Oh, I was a bit surprised to see both you and Lupin praying along with Saint Germain. Impey. Oh, didn't realize she was going to say his name, sorry. Oh, you think we don't seem the type? It's not that. They're just doing it to play along with me. They say they don't want to disturb my prayers. We're pretty much freeloading here, so hey, when in Rome, right? Lupin nods in agreement with what Impey said. A rare sight. Impey and I are hardly religious, but we have no business interfering with the customs and beliefs of other people. I see. This is unexpected. I thought Lupin and Impey were being very free-spirited with how they lived. But at the same time, they're considerate of other people's ways of life. By the way, what are you people going to do? I heard everyone's individual plans last night, but do you have a concrete plan as to how to actually achieve your goals? If so, I'd like to help. Our goals. Lupin wants to stop the terrorists. I think Impey is serious about the moon. Victor is in hiding from the government. Saint Germain is... Oh my god! Why did they make him closed-eyed? It's freaking me out. It's just weird. Saint Germain, why are you allowing us to stay here? I don't have any money. I'm hardly short on funds. I have only one reason for accepting you all here, and that is because it amuses me. It does? Back when I was beginning to bore of society, I encountered Lupin, Impey, who needed a place to stay in London. I saw them and had a gut feeling that they would lead me to something fun. Ah, yes, that was when we were at that bar trying to figure out how to smuggle ourselves into the central government. This man suddenly comes over to our table and says, "Perhaps I may be of assistance." Isn't that kind of your fault for talking about something like that in public? Never underestimate the power of being confident. As long as you're not trying to hide, people will assume you're joking. But the Count took it seriously. What? When one is bored out of one's mind, one tends to be quick to notice things that might be of interest. Yep, so then he kept bugging us, asking us to let him in on our plan, swearing he wouldn't tell anyone. We finally gave in. I'm used to having women come on strong to me, but it was the first time a well-dressed man did, so I was surprised. I've never seen a woman approach you, Impey, not once in the whole time we've been hanging out. They do it when you're not looking, so don't miss the boat on this one, Miss Spacey. What is he talking about? Have the two of you known each other long? Not really. We've only been together for the past year or so. Together. Sexy. Something important was stolen from me. I came all the way to London chasing after the thief. He thought I stole it and attacked me. It was a battle of wits. I was one step ahead of him the whole time. Finally, he begged me to let him join up with me. Liar. You're the one who came crying to me, pleading for me to help you find your precious property. I know why Impey would want to work with you, but I don't quite see why you would want to work alongside him, Lupin. Oh, well, he said he would help me with my plans, too. So we decided to team up for a while. I regret that now, of course. What are you talking about? There's nothing to regret. I've been super useful to you. I see. I think I'm starting to see the entire picture, little by little. Every person has a history. Victor, I think it's time for us to hear your story. So you've been wrongfully accused. As the one providing you with shelter, I would like to know the details. Who, me? In my case, I ran away from the government. Isaac's research has had an impact on even the world of alchemy. Due to his achievements, Britain advanced not only in the scientific fields, but in the study of alchemy as well. And having learned and cultivated so much as the head of the Royal Alchemists, what I know should never leave Britain. The government fears that my knowledge will be leaked to other nations. That's why they're trying to capture me. I see. Very interesting. But I don't understand why you felt the need to flee. As leader... Oh, whoops. Wrong. Okay. Ooh, wrong voice. As leader of a major government institution, you likely led a life of comfort and had access to the best research facilities. I can't speak about that. I'm sorry. Everyone has one or two secrets that they never wish to divulge. I'm fine with that. Though Victor's refusal to speak darkened the mood, Lupin easily lightens it. Now that we know each other a little better, let's talk about the future. Spacey, you wish to meet Isaac, and my objective is to stop Isaac's plan. To accomplish either of those, we'll need to find Isaac's whereabouts. With that in mind, I think our best bet is to look for clues pointing to Isaac here in London. What do you all think? No objections here. I agree with so many people here in London. This is probably the best place to look for anything. Oh, I agree with so many people here in London. I can't read. I have nothing against it either. I already agreed that I would help you with whatever you do. I'll do the best I can to assist you. I shall do all that I can as well to support you. Please don't hesitate to come to me for help. It's set then. Obviously, we're going to have to do all this while avoiding Twilight, who are after this young lady. I nod in reply. If I'm caught, it will create an opportunity for a global terrorist attack. I don't want to be involved in such a thing. Twilight? The Special Government Task Force? That's something that doesn't come up in conversation every day. Well, that's who we're up against. I hate to say it, but odds are that we're going to be bringing in some trouble around here. Don't worry about it. When I accepted you all into my home, I accepted that you may cause some problems. A daughter searching for a missing father and a covert government force searching for her? So mysterious. Though the reasons why may be different, I feel that you and I are in a similar situation, Spacey. So, moving on to today's plans, the first thing I want to do is take you to see a doctor, Spacey. You do? Do you remember when I said that London has a great many doctors? I'll make sure you see an exceptional one. That is a good idea, but there are people after her, and it would seem that Twilight is already aware she's in London. They are no fools. There is a chance that they may have already alerted any doctors that you would wish to see her. Don't concern yourself with that. I'll take care of it. But I look over at Victor. He had just examined me earlier this morning. What results could we possibly get by going to another doctor? That's a good idea. Though I have some medical training, I'm no doctor, just an alchemist. But maybe... No, let's first hear what your doctor has to say. There are many things that I can't believe just yet. I try to ask what he's talking about, but Victor brushes me off with a smile. The horologium is buried deep within my chest, and poison flows through my body. Could there be something else? Yet another problem with me? Whatever the case, following Lupin's plan, we head out to see the doctor in question. I see row after row of buildings standing alongside the city's outer wall. Oh, is the doctor our fifth boyfriend? Lupin explained to me that the tallest building in all of London is actually here in Lower Town. It's so lively here. As Impey notes, the streets are jammed with people, even at this early hour. I was attacked in a part of town like this. The main thoroughfares are filled with people, and shopkeepers calling out to potential customers fill the air with sound. However, I also see suspicious people standing in the shadows, talking with one another in hushed tones. Perhaps my experiences yesterday have opened my eyes to things I wouldn't have noticed before. Saint Germain has remained at the mansion while Lupin, Impey, and Victor accompany me on this excursion. I swear to myself that I will not lose them. Victor, is it all right for you to leave the mansion? You're a wanted man. Yes, but apparently we don't need to worry. Lupin says that they have given up on searching this area for me. Many of the people here in this district aren't registered citizens of London. They're pretty tolerant of criminals here. Looking here for any one person is a waste of time and money. The Yard is aware of that, so they don't search it thoroughly. What's the Yard? Officially, it's Scotland Yard. That's the name of London's police headquarters. So we call the police higher-ups the Yard. Scotland Yard, the headquarters for the London police. They fight crime every day, but cannot make as much progress against it as they'd like. Burn. I see. Victor nods in agreement. It's really funny that Impey's outfit is missing a shoulder. Like, it's just like half a jumpsuit. It's bizarre. And it seems that the Yard's current attention is on the theft of some treasure from an influential lord. Thanks to that, I'm much freer to roam the streets than I was even yesterday. A lord's treasure? What was that? Oh, whoops. I was reading that in Lupin's voice. Sorry. A lord's treasure, eh? Was that your doing, Lupin? Unfortunately not. It seems there's someone in London pretending to be a phantom thief, despite my presence here. He's more thug than burglar, though. I can't believe he's getting more attention than me with such crude methods. Hey, don't you start getting all weird and competitive. Besides, isn't a thief supposed to try to avoid police attention? While we're talking, Lupin comes to a stop. Is it around here? The street address is, yes. I'm sure there's something you're not telling us if you put it like that. The going gets a little rough from here. It's a bit of a climb, you see. Oh dear. Lupin points ahead to the rooftops of a line of buildings along the outer wall. The buildings are 40 to 50 meters tall. For a while, we have to scale a rickety, bare staircase to climb up the buildings. Finally, we reach the top. The cityscape here is completely different from down on the streets. This area is a lot less lively. It's quieter, and there are fewer people going to and fro. Why aren't any of you out of breath after all those stairs? A gentleman thief must have strong legs. I make sure to stay in peak condition. I guess I was just born this way. I'm a physical and mental prodigy. Should I be gasping for air like you? Wow, you people. Why on earth would any doctor be up here? Because I'm quite selective about my customers. No one would think to find a clinic in such a remote location. We turn towards the voice from behind us and see a middle-aged woman in a white coat. Oh, I should have said it in the lady voice. Well, isn't this a big group? And do I see a familiar face? What are you doing here, Lupin? Hello, Doctor. I'm honored to see you again. There's someone who needs a checkup, and we don't care to leave a paper trail. So I'm your neighborhood black market sawbones, is that it? I decide who I see. Is it the beanpole having an asthma attack? No, not me. Why don't you want anyone to know about your clinic here? It's because I'm too good. If people find me, I'll be bombarded with patients, and I'll never get to go home to sleep. I became a doctor to help those I want to save, and I will save only the people I want to save. I wonder if we get to see her, if she's just like a side character. Because it's not Finnis. Well, I mean, she's the only girl that I'm aware of in this, aside from us. Whoa, talk about your awful bedside manners. Is this girl the patient, then? Yes, it's me. How did you know? I mean, I was going to say, like, how did you know? Default, the process of elimination. I know Lupin, and the long-haired one well enough. You can't kill him if you tried. And if it's not the other kid, it's you. Hurry up and follow me. I can't do anything for you out here. Alright, let's get started. First, I'll examine your body and ask you some questions. Get your clothes off. Huh? Is deafness one of your symptoms? I said take them off, all of them. Yes! He shakes, he hits him. Ow! Damn it, Lupin! Outside, now. Lupin drags Impey out of the room. As Victor is about to leave, he looks back at me with a worried expression. What's the matter? It's nothing. I'll see you later. Don't kill the doctor! Now that the menfolk are gone, take your clothes off and tell me what's bothering you. While I undress, I tell her about the poison and how I'm seized with pain when I try to do something to the horologium. The gem on my naked chest pulses with light like a heartbeat. Oh, this is amazing. I've seen some terrible things stuck into a human body, but this is the most beautiful of them. I wonder how it was done to get the pattern of gem and skin so artfully. Aren't you going to take your shoes off? I don't want to burn a hole in the floor. I see. She takes out a stethoscope and is about to press it against my body, then pauses. I want you to hold up the thinnest layer of clothes you have so I can examine you against the cloth. I nod and hold my clothing against my chest. The doctor presses the stethoscope against me. What's wrong? Cover your wrist now. Why? Just hurry up and do it. I follow her instructions and she grabs my wrist. After just a few seconds, she lets go. Checkup's over. Put your clothes back on. Already? Did you find anything out? More like the opposite. I'm sorry? Get dressed and bring your friends in. I'll tell you all at once. I'm dead. I have no heartbeat. I call Lupin and the others in, and the doctor gives me a quick look. Simply put, my girl, I can't treat you. No doctor in Britain will be able to treat your condition. But why? Is her poison that difficult to get rid of? Tell us everything. In all honesty, I can't tell you anything because I don't understand it. What's wrong with me? I wish you could tell me. What is wrong with you? I've never seen a patient who walked in here without a heartbeat. My heart isn't beating? I'd never given it any thought. While everyone is silent in shock, Victor speaks up. That's right. Your heart isn't moving. It's impossible for a human body, but... Oh, so you knew about it, boy. Why'd you bother bringing her here, then? I noticed it immediately when I examined her, but I wanted another professional opinion. I wasn't sure if I should have told her about it or not. So you understand why I won't continue the examination. You tell her, then. Victor nods carefully. Victor, what is it? Spacey, your heart isn't moving. Or perhaps your heart has been removed from your body altogether. You should be dead. It's impossible, but here you are, very much alive. You have a special power that goes beyond medical science, and it seems you're using it as a life force. I knew I didn't have a heart! I have no heart! It's likely that the horologium, I don't know why that word every time, horologium, is there to act as a replacement heart. You must never try to harm it, and don't let anyone else try to take it from you. I don't know about this horologium business, but I'm not going to mess around with a body who defies all known medicine. I nod and look around at the others, flustered. Oh, they look all sad. Oh. What's the opposite? What's a waifu? Is the wife? Is it husbando? Oh, my little husbandos. I'm just gonna call them my waifus. This feels better. Ah, my boys. Oh, we could just have an orgy and be done with it. What am I? What am I? What happened to me in the past? No one can answer my questions. This is so fucking good and heart-wrenching. It really is. I don't have a heart. It's as if I really am a monster. So something happened to her and he put the horologium inside of her to keep her alive. You know, it was his only choice. Like, well, my daughter's dead, so I'm gonna slap this in and see what happens. And cool, it worked. You know what I mean? So it's probably sad, though. I understand. Thank you for examining me. My voice had fallen to a sullen monotone. I don't know whether it was because I now know how hard it would be to treat the poison, or because I was literally heartless. Even after we return to the lively street, my mind is elsewhere. The more I try to find out about myself and my affliction, the less I understand. Am I going to be like this forever? Thoughts like this grow stronger within me. Hey, come on now. Don't be so sad, Miss Spacey. We know that we don't know what's going on, so we do know something, right? I suppose that's true. Impei's right. I believe your poison is more an alchemical problem than a medical one. If that's so, then I'm just the man to save you. I'll look at all the possibilities, and I promise we'll do something about it. Thank you. I know it's my fault that we're so depressed, but I can't bring myself to cheer up. Suddenly, Lupin, who had been walking ahead of us, stops. All right, I've made up my mind. Spacey, I'm taking you someplace nice, right now. Someplace nice? Like where? A nice place, of course. We need to take our minds off things. Impei and Victor shrug, not knowing what he's talking about. I mean, where can we fucking go? I'm gonna burn through everything. It sucks. When I see Lupin smile, I can't help but nod. All right, let's go, Lupin. As Lupin ignores our inquiries about where he's leading us, we gradually make our way from the center of town. It's already been a while since we passed through the poor areas. Really, where is he taking us? Are you tired of walking yet? We're almost there. Horsies! Just as Lupin says this, I hear a horse neigh. I look around and my eyes are drawn to horse-drawn carriages and automobiles. The women and men riding them are dressed stylishly in beautiful dresses and fancy suits. What lies beyond here? We continue walking even further and pass through yet another section. Ooh, pretty! I like this! We're at like a... Ooh, look at the parasols on the lady folks. Oh, it's so super, so fabulous. I think the lady right here on the far left of the screen is the same lady that's over there kind of on the right with the parasol. Oh, it's so fabulous. Like, she just looks like she's copy-pasted. Slightly different, maybe. Slightly different. Actually, no, she does kind of actually look different. Different skirt pattern. Wow, that's kind of cool. They put, like, a lot of effort into the fact that the shadows aren't exactly the same. They're, like, you know what I mean? Like, they could have just, like, stamped them and, like, used repeated ones, but they're all slightly different, and that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm just too busy looking at that. Suddenly, we arrive at a place with lots of people. Two fierce-looking men at the entryway watch the people going in and out. Oh, so that's where you're taking her. I suppose this is the perfect place to take our minds off things. Lupin, are you sure this is an appropriate venue for someone like her? What could it be? The other two seem to know where we are. Don't be so uptight. We have some extra cash since we didn't have to pay the doctor. Let's cheer up and have some fun. Fun? There, Miss Spacey. You'll understand once we're inside. It's the nicest place you could ever go. Lupin nods and leads the way in. Welcome, Viscount Brightman. We hope you enjoy your stay today. That's the name he goes by. That's his fake name, Viscount. Or the Viscount. Is it Viscount? I think it's Viscount. Whatever. Very good, thank you. Viscount Brightman? It's one of Lupin's aliases. He's got so many names, he changes who he is depending on where he goes. That's understandable, I suppose. I mean, you can't really go around with a name like, I'm Arsene Lupin, and everyone's like, you're a thief! Wait, no. I mean, he's got to have... But it's funny that Arsene Lupin is his real name, but that's the thief name he uses, and all of his other ones are aliases, as opposed to, like, you know, Bruce Wayne doesn't run around like, I'm Bruce Wayne, and then pretends to be Batman when he goes to work. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know. Clark Kent's not running out there in his spandex tights like, Clark Kent to save the day, and then he goes works at the Daily Planet and his byline is Superman. You know what I mean? So it's just weird, but these are my wife and servants. We thought they deserved a break, so we've given them some money. Allow them in. As you wish, Viscount Brightman. So we're servants now? I don't know how he's able to keep all his stories straight. He's like an engineer, but all he makes is lies. He is very reliable, though. I'm not surprised that he's never been caught. So, what is this place? Stop lollygagging, servants. Do keep up. Yeah, coming, master. You'll find out soon enough. Let's go, Spacey. I start walking along with Victor. However, this place is intimidating. The people around us are all talking and having a good time. Am I good enough to be in a place like this? Why are you being so shy, mademoiselle? You're the most beautiful person here. Lupin suddenly appears before me and smiles into my eyes. I'm sorry. Can I just say... Maybe it's just because he's been normal, now he's like, you're the most beautiful person here. Can you just be real? Can we just have real guys running around in fucking outfits like this and just being like, my beautiful mademoiselle? I don't... You could be crazy. I don't care. Take me to the insane asylum with you. I don't care. I'm down. Like, dude. Can we bring back, like, the fucking frilly cravats and the waistcoats and the fucking top hats and the fucking... And throw some... Can we do this for real? Oh my god, I need this in my life. I was born in the wrong century. Although, I do like plumbing and electricity. So, you know. We could just bring some good fashion back is really what it is. That's what I need. Good fashion. Anyway. Would you grant me the honor of escorting you? Lupin, is that a yes? Then let's go. All right, thank you. But really, what kind of place is this? It's the boardwalk. You haven't figured it out yet? Well, madam, allow me the honor of enlightening you. Impey, you don't sound like yourself when you talk like that. Why does Lupin get to talk all posh, but not me? It's just not your style. You're more a down-to-earth, funny character, not a charming one. You, ouch! That really hurts, especially because you really mean it. Pay no attention to the idiot, people. This place is known as a casino. It's where you go to win money. Really, because it looks like a boardwalk. And like a fairground. Most people lose money, usually. Simply put, you wager money on games of chance and get more money if you win. Win and you're rich, lose and you're poor. I think I get it, but why would a place like that be in a place like this? Oh, that's because they're going to start holding large-scale auctions and betting and airship races here, Miss Spacey. Right here? It's like an annual festival. Everyone in London knows about it. Yep. The whole thing is run by the London firm, a massive criminal group, and it's an open secret that this place is here. So, since they have this huge place anyway, they decided to set it up as a gambling hall before the event. That's right, the government turns a blind eye to it, since it ends up bringing in so much money to London. Yeah, this might actually be the safest place for us to hide from scrutiny. Look, the people here have come from all across Britain to use their money to alleviate their ennui. Ennui? I don't know. Well, just people come and go while we're talking. It's showtime. I can hear this casino's money crying out to me. Help me, Arsene. I belong with you. Lupin seems really excited about this. Well, I mean, what other fun can we have? He can't have lady fun with us because, we'll burn his body parts off. First, we go to the cashier's counter to change our money into casino chips. Then we divide them among ourselves. I'm not sure how much it's worth, but by the way Victor's face twitches, I figure that it's probably a lot of money. All right, then. Why don't we all go do what we want from here? That's fine. What are you going to do, Spacey? We really shouldn't leave you alone. Come along with one of us. Oh, I get to choose! Oh. I don't get to go with Lupin? But I want to go with Lupin. But I want to go with Lupin! I'll choose Victor, honestly. No offense to Impey, but he's way too pushy. And he's my least favorite out of the three of them. So, honestly, Lupin and Victor are my top two. So, Lupin's my number one, but Victor's my number two, so I'll go with Victor. Victor, can I come with you? Sure, but don't you think you'd be safer with Lupin? He seems a bit preoccupied. I feel like I'd get in his way. It's been a while since I allowed myself to go all out. It's time they saw just how lucky I can be. Who is he trying to show off to? I see what you mean. If Lupin's going to make himself unavailable, shall I escort you, my lady? Thank you, Victor. What? Why didn't you think about me? Why did you go straight from Lupin to Victor? I'm here too! Don't forget me! Yeah, but you're too needy. It's creeping me out. Victor chuckles at Impey's whining. We tell Impey and Lupin that we'll meet them at the entrance later and start walking around the casino together. I feel like in this one we're always picking the top, but... And I don't know, maybe Lupin you can't romance right off the bat. You know what I mean? I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, because this might be one of those games. Because, like, Amnesia Memories, it's what world you pick that dictates who you have a romance with and how the game goes. But this might be different. So this might be one of the type of game where, depending on your choices, that leads you down the path of romance with someone. You know what I mean? Like, most of the other romancy games are like that. Like, it's not driven. I don't know. I mean, I've seen, I guess, both ways, because Mystic Destinies is the same way, where you pick a path. You're like, I'm going to pick this person's path, and that dictates what happens and who you end up with. And other games are like this, where, depending on your choice, it's like, oh, you're going to end up with this person. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was going to happen. You know what I mean? So, I feel like that's the way this one's going. Is just going to be your random choices. So we'll see. And then we'll see what we get the first go around. And then the second go around, when we try to go down a certain person's path, or that's when I'll use a guide, because that's what I usually do with these. I play them my first playthrough, just making the choices I want to make, and then we go through a guide and go, okay, let's find a bad ending, or let's get this person's ending or this person's route, and we do that. So we'll see. So far, we're only given like 2 choices, and I mean, I'm sure it's different combinations, so it's not like if you always choose the first thing, you get this. If you always choose the second thing, you get that. You know what I mean? It's going to be combinations, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, we could continue doing the casino part. We're about 40 minutes. I think I'm going to stop this part here, and then I will continue in the next part. I can't stop playing this game. It's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to be sitting here. I just can't fucking stop. Normally I play a game for a little while, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting tired. I could stop now. I can't. I cannot stop. I have recorded every single part up to now at the same sitting, and I'm going to record the next part because I just can't fucking stop. And it's like 6 o'clock at night right now, and it's a Sunday, and it's like, I don't want to all of a sudden be like 9 o'clock at night, like, fuck, now I gotta get ready, get all my shit ready for work, and I gotta eat dinner, and I gotta pack a lunch and do all the shit. I mean, oh my god, but holy crap. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.